Stay sports smart. Baloun, Ben.
Sports! You smell it?
Yeah, I think so.
Smells like sports.
Yes, it does.
Good morning.
Welcome to Baloun and Ben in the morning. This is Baloun. I'm Ben. Let's start it off here.
Let's do this.
Swish.
Yep. I guess you can guess what that sport is. It's basketball.
Basketball.
Let's talk about basketball. NBA. Ben, who are our top 8 right now?
Top 8 right now. We're going to start with Eastern Conference. The current top 8. Number 1 is Miami. 2 is New York Knicks. 3 is Indiana. 4 Chicago. 5 Brooklyn. 6 Atlanta. 7 Milwaukee. And 8 is Boston.
So who do you think is going to be in the playoffs at the end of the season, man?
Well, my prediction for the end of the playoffs, my 1 seed is going to be the New York Knicks. 2 seed is going to be Miami. 3 seed is going to be the Chicago Bulls. 4 Indiana Pacers. 5 is the Atlanta Hawks. 6 is the Brooklyn Nets. 7 is Milwaukee Bucks. And 8 is the Philadelphia 76ers. I think that the Knicks are going to take the number 1 spot overall because they have a little bit easier of a schedule than the Heat do. I think that Chicago will get ahead of Indiana because
especially with Derrick Rose.
with Derrick Rose, Kirk Heinrich, and Joakim Noah coming back, I think they'll be able to get ahead of them. I think that Philadelphia 76ers will take over the 8th spot from Boston because Philadelphia has an easier schedule throughout the season, and Boston has lost Rajon Rondo for the entire season with the torn ligament in his knee.
All right, so that was the Eastern Conference. Let's go to the Western Conference, Ben.
Western Conference right now, the top 8. San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Clippers, Memphis, Denver, Golden State, Utah, and Houston are the top 8 right now.
What are your predictions for the playoffs?
My predictions for the playoffs, I think that Oklahoma City is going to take the 1 seed, San Antonio is going to be 2, Clippers will be 3, Memphis at 4, Golden State at 5, Denver at 6, Utah at 7, and I think the Lakers are going to sneak in at number 8.
Right.
I think that the Lakers will get in just because of their change of play lately. They've been playing a lot better, and they will be able to take Houston out of the top 8 there. And I think Oklahoma City will be able to take over San Antonio just because they're a younger team. All right, for our next story, we're going to be talking a little bit about the NHL. So, Matt, how about you let us know what's going on in the world of hockey?
Well, on Tuesday, we had a great game at San Jose, Sharks and Hawks.
Great game.
Great. It was awesome. Super offensive. There was actually first 6 goals.
In 12 minutes.
In the first 12 minutes. So like we said in the last episode, we were talking about how, if they could win 2, but they could also lose 2. Well, it just so happens that they have lost their past 2 games. And
they had the overtime loss before that. So they went from 7-0-0 to 7-2-1.
Right. And in this specific game, Hawks-Sharks, ending the game to this score was 5-3. And Hawks ended up killing all penalties.
They did a great job on defense, which they needed to do to stop the Sharks.
So now Chicago's leading the league with 18 points, which is incredible already.
8-0-2.
Right. I'm going to bring it back to Anaheim now, and I want to mention that the Ducks are on a 3-game winning streak after beating the Sharks on Monday. They'd make it easily 4 wins in a row after they play Avalanche on Wednesday.
What are some games to watch on Thursday for the NHL?
Big games to watch in the NHL on Thursday are going to be the Maple Leafs at Jets, Winnipeg, the Canucks at the Wild, and the Hawks at the Coyotes. That's always a good matchup.
It's a playoff rematch from last year.
All right, let's sign some high schoolers for college.
Today is National Signing Day for NCAA football athletes. After most of the signings have been done today, the top 10 teams for recruiting have been decided by 24/7 Sports. Alabama is number 1, Ohio State 2, Florida 3, Michigan 4, Notre Dame, this guy's team, 5. Ole Miss moves all the way up to 6, LSU is at 7, Florida State's at 8, UCLA jumps up to 9, and Texas A&M is at 10. And as I said with how they were jumping up, Ole Miss and UCLA did a great job this year recruiting for 2013. It'll be exciting to see in about 2 or 3 years how their teams turn out with all those recruits they got. And as far as the top 5 recruits for this year, Kem Diche is at Ole Miss, Carl Lawson is at Auburn, Vernon Hargreaves III is at Florida, Mackenzie Alexander is at Clemson. Laramie Tunsil is going to Ole Miss. He is the top offensive tackle for the college recruiting class of 2013.
Tackle.
Speaking of tackling, we got the USA Soccer going on right now.
That's right.
They got the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying for Brazil 2014 going on right now.
The U.S.-Honduras game's going on. It's at halftime.
Yep.
Right now.
And it's 1-1 right now, right?
Right.
And we got Dempsey finding the net for the USA, and Garcia finding the net for Honduras. So it'll be exciting to see how that game turns out tonight.
Game. Now, they don't have Landon Donovan
or Boca Negra.
Or Boca Negra now.
Neither of them were starting today, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle that without two of their star players. Predictions are that in the next 10 games, the U.S. will need about 16 points to advance to the World Cup, which is 2 points for a win and 1 point for a tie. So any combination of those to get up to 16 points will most likely get them into the World Cup. So now we're going to do our 30-second wrap-up here. We're going to give you as many stories as we can in the next 30 seconds. I'm going to start off here with top 5 candidates for Naismith Player of the Year: Mason Plumlee, Trey Burke, Cody Zeller, Michael Carter-Williams, and Jamal Franklin of San Diego State.
Lakers have won 6 out of their past 7 games. Paul Gasol injures his foot.
Todd Helton was arrested on Tuesday night for suspicion of a DUI.
Phil Mickelson, a.k.a. the backward shot master, ranks 10th in the world for the first time since May of 2012.
Lindsey Vonn tears her ACL, MCL, and breaks a bone in her right knee. There's doubts about whether or not she will compete in Sochi 2014.
All right, well, that concludes our show for today. I'm Baloun. This is Ben. Thanks for watching our show. When I go to my cattle ranch out in Utah, I wrangle sports. Links are in the description below. And like and comment on our video, and we always appreciate a subscribe.
Yes, we do. Top 10 teams.
Stay sports smart.
You're looking at the TV.
I know. Sports!